All right, I appreciate everybody's patience as we talk through some of these issues. So, are there any questions? Are there any questions in open session regarding these three cases? Can you guys, let's bring it in. So, are there any questions? Greg?
Thanks, Mike.
So I've stated before this board that, you know, I'm really conflicted. When I voted no on the Groveland Isley Road or whatever that one, I don't know the name of it, and also the one, the big one at Delavan, when it was brought back, I changed my vote to yes because after listening to our state's attorney, I didn't see how we had any leg to stand on. The one on Isley Road, we'd already approved it, so it was an extension. So, and now I live in Morton, right? And so it's like, but I think this is a little different. People probably say, well, he lives in Morton, he folds into the, but I really haven't been lobbied by anybody in Morton to vote no on this. But when they developed that, or the precision planting thing, that Morton committed to infrastructure for that area, and they spent a lot of money on it. Precision didn't spend it, they spent it. And now, so they've invested thinking that, you know, that's the way, and there's potential for some other developments. Nothing that they're ready to talk about. That's not the way, you know, it's competitive and there's a lot of negotiations that go on. But because of that, if there's ever a time when we should put a stand up, this is the one. We have a chance to maybe, to put our foot down and say, you know, this is within a plan that Morton had. And I'm not ready to say, well, too bad, you know, so I'm conflicted. I hate to think that we're gonna spend money that I don't wanna spend, but I'm gonna vote in favor of this. I'm gonna vote yes.
So let me just explain the voting process. We actually go back, Bill, and maybe I should defer to you.
That's actually why I raised my hand. Although we have recommendations for denial, we are voting on the applications that are coming before us. So you're voting whether or not to grant the application. You're not voting whether you agree with the recommendations made by land use or by ZBA. So a yes vote is a vote for the application to be granted, and no vote is a vote for the application to be denied.
So a yes would allow the solar farm, a no would deny it. Greg, you?
So the Village of Morton has not denied 2 or 3 solar farms that were in the area, and I don't know if they could have moved this one. They may not. They said if you just moved it away, then they probably wouldn't deny this one either. But with the case before us, they only had control of this ground for this particular land, or they didn't have control of acreage that was maybe a mile or so away that Morton wouldn't have had a problem with. So that's one thing. the other thing, if this is so valuable to Morton, why didn't they annex it? If they annexed it, they could have controlled it. I don't know how all that stuff works, but if there was that much value put into that area, there should have been a little communication with the landowner and some kind of a financial agreement to preserve the area for future growth. So one, Morton wouldn't have if they could have moved it, but this particular land was, they only can ask for a particular area, and two, we're kind of put in the middle of something that I think Morton should have taken care of.
Any other questions? Nick?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The issue that I'm struggling with is an issue that Mr. Bear brought up in his opening remarks about we're voting on this under duress. I think I still have the right to vote for what I think is best for our county, and that would include the Village of Morton. I was sworn to do that, but I'm having everybody tell me that I can't do that. And I don't understand why I'm here asking to vote on something that I'm not supposed to vote on, or that I can only vote one way on. That's not the way our system of government was built. We vote yes if we approve, and we vote no if we don't, except on solar farms. I don't understand how the legislature could expect us, or any political body, to operate any other way. We're violating our oaths by not voting how we think we should vote.
Amen.
And for that matter, I'm done voting for any solar farm or wind farm in Tazewell County. I'm done. I will be voting no on anything else in the future. And if I'm not allowed to vote, then mark me down as present. But I cannot support that. I don't want to see the county in jeopardy. I don't understand why the county's in jeopardy for me voting the way I think I should vote. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Greg?
Just to be clear, I'm voting no.
Any other comments or questions? John?
I would just like to say it also for the record, and I think I definitely understand Member Graff's point about the frustration. And you know, each of these that have come up since I've been here, I've tried to think through and vote in a way that makes sense, at least to me, in the legal realm and all of those things. You know, I think there's a lot of other places in the county that I would vote for solar, and I have. And I supported some of those, and I voted no on some of them. But this one, I think, is in a path of a city, one of our larger cities in our county, that they've spent a lot of money in infrastructure because the state has asked them to do that, create that plan, and they've done that. And now we're supposed to say, well, sorry, but the state also said, and we've got to vote. So I'm also a no on this one. It's not because I'm going to vote no on everyone. And I'd encourage the petitioners to find lots, maybe others by the same owner that would actually fit better in the county. And would love to see those come back, but on this one I'll vote no.
Right. Any other comments or questions? So we'll probably do a roll call. A no denies the solar farm. A yes allows the solar farm. Any questions? For all three, yes. Taking all three as one. John?
Atkins?
Aye.
Crawford?
No.
Deppert? Mark Goddard?
Aye.
Sam Goddard? Graff?
No.
Hall?
Yes.
Harris?
No.
Hopkins?
No.
Justin?
Yes.
Longfellow?
Yes.
Mennel?
No.
Mingus?
No.
Nelms?
Yes.
Pageant?
No.
Frail?
Yes.
Rich Dempson?
No.
Schmidtall? Schneider?
Yes.
Sin.
No.
Stahl.
No.
All three motions fail. All right. Any unfinished business for the board? Any new business? Yes.
Sorry, there was a question, can somebody, the chairman or the clerk, report, I think there were 8 ayes and I don't know how many.
And 10 noes.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, can I get a motion to, the bills have been sent, so we had a chance to look at those. Can I get a motion for the September calendar? It's quite full. Motion by Paul, second by Crawford. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Two things real quick. Last month, I was remiss in not thanking Greg at our building meeting for all the work he's done. I don't know that you guys understand how extensive work is, and so thank you, Greg, for what you're doing. And then Nick, I'll thank you in advance for the budget work coming up this month.
Well, and I would just like to remind everyone, if we don't wanna meet until 11 o'clock on the 30th of October, like we did last year, our first meeting is next Tuesday at 3:30. Please, everybody, come, so we don't have to cancel those.
And if you can't make it, please let Sandy know so we know. Any other business? We are adjourned. Thanks, everyone.
Hey, Nick.